If Shanahan's there, nothing's changing. Absolutely nothing. Like I'm not having the same conversation over and over about what I think an offseason will look like, because we know how an offseason will look like.
Like, I just think for a team that thinks they're a legitimate Stanley Cup contender, there are just way too many question marks.
But, speaking to people around the league, it hasn't sounded like the Leafs are overly eager to make a move right now, and aren't willing to give up the pieces necessary to get, a Chris Tanev, for example.
Our biggest problem on the back end is we ask too much out of players that aren't capable of giving you that, aren't capable of playing that role. But like you said, if you get the guys in front of them, a couple guys to slot into those big minutes that can eat that stuff up and take that responsibility and handle it well on their shoulders, all of a sudden the guys we're talking about slot into a role and a responsibility that they're much better suited for.
God love Morgan Riley. I think he's always, a cusp of a 1A, whatever you want to. I love the player. I love the person. And that is not the defensive structure of a team that just buttons it down. If anything, they show flashes of it. Hey, we're really dialed in. This year, it hasn't been the case consistently, giving up breakaways, giving up too many chances. Their D get, forced. There's a lot of pressure on their D, the D to go back and get it. So you're right. The Adin Hill model worked for Vegas because Vegas played that way. And yes, Jack Eichel made $10 million, but everybody else fell into line. And that fourth line could have been arguably the best fourth line in hockey at that point.
How long is his leash at how many bad performances in a row until they say, "Okay, we can't rely on Sammy. It's official. He doesn't have it. He's not going to be our goalie. He's not taking us deep. He just doesn't have it this year." I don't know what that answer is, but I don't see a reason to talk about it since he's played, 2 solid games, looks very good. I don't think there's a position in hockey that's more mental than the goaltender. I don't think it's even close. And he needed to go and change his mindset, get himself in a different headspace. And it looks like he did that because he looks very solid. He's not sliding around anymore. He's not scrambling. He doesn't look defeated. He looks in position, and, for the small amount of chances that they did have the Kraken last night, there were some big ones, some big back doors, and he didn't just put himself in position. He made some heroic acrobatic saves, more than one of them, and I don't think the numbers tell the story. It was the eye test for me that told me that Sammy could be back on track.
Based on the conversations around the league, I don't get the sense that they feel, at least up top, that this is their year. They're not a player or two away from chasing a Stanley Cup legitimately.
18 games, lower body injury. Do you know what the record was without Ryan Reeves?
No, what was it?
8-8-2, so 500, and that's the big reason why. But he returned to practice, mind you, as a full participant on January 2nd. You think this story got bigger than they anticipated?
Yeah, probably. Like, was he not even practicing with the team?
I think bits and pieces. He was technically injured. But who do they take first? Is it Willie or Mitch? Like, if they don't take Mitch, does he get pissed off about not going first? There's a lot of optics behind the scenes, man. You can ruin a room.
The X factor is Keith Pelly becoming the CEO of Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. That's one of the most significant pieces of news that organization has seen since Dubas left. And we'll see what he thinks. Keith is a visionary, and he knows Rogers and Bell very well.
That this team needs a little bit more accountability, and they need a guy that has won before, knows how to win, knows what it looks like, and knows what it feels like. Personally, I got my eyes on Joel Quenneville. I mean, that guy was running a modern-day dynasty in Chicago through the 2010 era there, and he knows what it takes to win. I think that he's a guy that demands accountability, that understands what it takes to win, but at the same time, he's cut from the cloth where guys want to play for him, guys respect him, guys want to be coached by him. So he's kind of got the whole gamut covered there, and he's kind of my number one on the possibilities out there if they did make a coaching change. I'm thinking this is going to be one of the best All-Star games in years. Take Willie or Mitch?
Willie, you kidding me?
Obviously, but I don't think.
I expect no changes. You think Marner's taking a pay cut? Get out of here. No. You think he's taking a pay cut? Get out of here. Nothing's going to change with Shanahan running it.